Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Heads Up, the podcast now, the video cast, Neil, and back for another crack. We're at your lovely house here in Papamoa on Friday early afternoon, and we've got a bit of sport, bit of racing to talk about, a few brickbats, quizzes. It's all happening here on the podcast today.
Maybe the odd bouquet, like giving you a bouquet for getting
Picking
Canberra home
another
last
loser.
week.
Oh, Canberra.
Canberra.
Canberra in the league, yep.
Kicked their
Well, you
ass.
got the Warriors home too, so that was a good multi.
It was, yeah.
You got the chocolate fish up with Le Fille en Jeu beating Zawip. I thought I had you at about the 200.
I was never in doubt.
Yeah.
Lisa Crop on the front runner.
Lisa Allpress.
Lisa.
Jeepers, Lisa Crop. Yeah,
Goes back a few years, doesn't it?
we won't talk about Lisa Crop.
No.
Actually,
What's happened to her? She's still riding, well, she was riding in Australia.
Sam Collett, I think, is up to about, she's going to crack the 1,000 rides this season, and they're saying what a workload that was. I think in Lisa Crop's most busiest year, she did about 1,200 or 1,300.
It's a lot of rides, 50 weeks. It's 20 a week.
30,
25 a week,
25 a week for Lisa Crop. But anyway, we digress.
They do, yeah.
Thanks to your Freudian slip. What are we going to talk about?
Santa Catarina.
Got up in the last stride, made the, 4 in a row for Stephen Marsh in that race.
Yeah.
Well judged ride, I thought, by Danielle.
Yeah,
And just got there. So
I better mention the Quaddie Syndicate. We're all glad to see that get up in the last stride.
they got you the quaddie.
That was our anchor. Well,
Good.
we had a couple of savers in the same race, but
Yeah.
no, we got our money back. The Aussie one, the Aussie quaddie we got, and we were a bit unlucky there. In the first leg, Santa Antonina was, if she got out 50 metres earlier, she would have won that race at about 20s. We would have got about 6 or 7 grand back. But
Ifs and buts with fruits and nuts.
That's
It'd be
right.
Christmas every day, mate.
every day would be great, wouldn't it? Yeah.
It would.
We're ticking along okay with the Quaddie Syndicate, but I'm looking forward to that.
Keeping people interested.
Big
And
six, yeah.
people love being involved in a collective bet like that and sitting back and enjoying it and watching it without having the stress of doing the selecting. So
Yeah.
keep up the good work, mate.
No,
It's
good
never
fun.
easy.
No, it's never easy, but you just do your best and cross
Yeah.
your fingers and eyes and legs, and hopefully you come home. Right, and what else do we have? Where I mentioned those. Okay, a couple of big races tomorrow. The big question is, though,
The weather.
exactly. It's not a
Grey
bad,
out there at the moment.
bit overcast, but
Probably as a crow flies, we're only probably 50 odd Ks from Rotorua.
yeah.
But
No, I'd say that with the forecast, it's not looking too good, is it?
no. Unfortunately, with Rotorua, when it gets rain on the day, it's a bit like Wanganui, I have to say. It's the race to that outside fence and that hedge.
Yeah,
And the first one to the hedge, generally the first one home.
exactly.
So, theory, outside barrier draws later in the day. Sounds like
Definitely. Yeah, my
good
theory on
theory.
that track is, and a lot of other people's too, probably is, in the last couple of races, look for horses drawn on the outer who are good enough to get to that outside fence and win. And there's 2 horses there we can mention.
Well, the Cup Race 5, definitely a horses for courses type of track is Rotorua, and I know you're keen on one that's had 3 starts on the course for a win in 2 seconds, including a Taumarunui Cup victory in July of last year, and that's number 5, Gentle Ton Ton.
Yes, exactly. And I did go for You Want More originally, but then I thought, well, $6, that's not great value. Then I saw the $18 beside number 5, my lucky number 2, Gentle Ton Ton. And like I say, he's got great track form. But unlucky at Te Rapa last start. Held up, I watched the run. He was just winding up and coming into it on a better surface track than he'll strike tomorrow. And having that form on a heavy track there, Matt is drawn wide, Matt to get back, get to the outside hedge and motor home. I thought $18 and $5, good value each way. I'll go for him.
You go for him. I'll stick with last week's winner. I know he's meeting Gentle Ton Ton 2.5 kilos worse off than their runs from Te Rapa last Saturday.
Yeah.
But High Lad, he was pretty dominant, I thought. He held them pretty comfortably to the line. And I don't think the wet track will worry him.
No.
I'm predicting it'll only be slow by this race, and then the rain will continue and be heavy by about race 7. That's my weather guesstimate on the day. So we'll stick with High Lad to go back to back at 7.50, and I can feel
Definitely.
chocolate fish coming on.
And I'm going for a hat trick too, so I'm $18 shot against a $7.50 shot, but
Pressure's on.
I'm hoping High Lad will go 1-6-1-6 again. And I hope
Well, I'm hoping Gentle Tonton goes 707797. So my 6 beats your 7.
We'll see tomorrow, okay? I'll take you on
Okay.
head to head too. I won't even ask for a couple of
No,
lengths.
thank you for
I'll be
that,
kind
Neil.
to you, that's
Thank
all
you
right.
for that.
Now going back to High Lad, you're quite happy that horse won at
Very,
Te Rapa last
very
week.
happy. Part of the punters competition. It was a good result for some, but great competition last week at Te Rapa. The leaders, which were the Cambridge Jockey Club contingent, including a few trainers and their trackman Bernard Kneebone, were leading on 7,000.
Yeah.
And this is a competition where you can bet right up to a certain race. It was the 5:15 race at Morphettville. So they were sitting 3 races the third to last race. Group of young guys from Auckland put all their chips in to the middle on a horse called, I think it was called Champagne Cuddles.
Yeah.
That won. That got them 7,330, so they took the lead. The second to last race was a race at Grafton of all places, and a very astute punter had 1,000 on the $6 winner there. They got them to, unbeknownst that the other team had got to 7,330, took him to 7,335, $5 in front. And unbeknownst to both of those, another team of guys from the Waikato, I'd call them Joe Punters. I'm sure they wouldn't be offended by that title. Had 1,000 to win on Sprightly Lass. They were down to their last 500. They had 500 to win on Big Mike at $8. Took that a couple of hours before the race. That got them to $4,000. They put 1,000 on Sprightly Lass. She won at $440, and they got 7,440 to win the comp with another $5,000 on top. So very unusual to see 3 teams within $110.
Amazing.
At that level there. So well done to the team. They were known as the Tradies, winning the.
Who's that calling you at this time of day?
Probably.
I don't know if we're doing it
We
live.
won't. We won't even look at it. I probably know who it is.
Okay. No, that's did they get a bit excited?
They were pretty understated. Yeah.
That was the horse that was caught 3 wide in the open, wasn't it?
Yeah,
At,
the 1,100 metre race at Morphettville that Ferrando was in.
Yeah, I was hoping to get done, but Santa Annalena was in that race.
There
Looking
you go.
everywhere to get a gap and flew for third. Anyway, it's good,
I
eh?
told you what ifs and buts, mate.
That's right.
So what about race 7? The fillies and mares weight for age, Group 3. Pretty strong field, you'd have to say, especially the top 2, both. Miss Wilson, now a Group 1 winner, and Under the Moonlights won a Group 2 Foxbridge Plate this season.
Yep.
And the money's come for Under the Moonlight, which I thought was a bit strange because trainer Hamish McQuaid, part owner Hamish McQuaid and husband of said trainer Karen McQuaid, mentioned to me on Saturday that he thought it would need the run. But the money's come obviously on the back of the expected track conditions, of which she's far more adept in the wetter going than Miss Wilson.
Yep.
But there's another horse in that race that I think will lap up the ground and the wet going and has met the criteria of a wide barrier draw, country's best trainer, one of the best jockeys going around, Jonathan Riddell. Are we on the same page here?
Most definitely.
Deals in Heels, number 5.
I could not believe it opened at 7.50.
Well, clearly you've had a bet.
I've had a wee
The
nibble.
danger is, though, if it does get to a heavy 10, Miss Wilson scratches and then you get a deduction. But I'd say you'd still be in front if you took the 750. And if you remember back, it was her debut run that she won at Rotorua. And absolutely went through the ground. It was raining on that day. So if you get rain on the day, I think she's definitely the one.
Yeah.
And 550. Pretty good price. Third up, you love horses third up, reaching their peak fitness.
Yeah. And Baker Forsman.
Can train.
Fair thing. They could train a rocking horse to win the Grand National.
You reckon?
I reckon.
Yeah. All right. I'll tell Andrew that.
And it can fall twice and still win.
Is that at Riccarton or Aintree?
Aintree, probably.
Aintree, okay.
Don't set that rocking horse for it.
Well, there you go,
Check the
ladies and
feed.
gentlemen.
Check the feed.
Check out Aintree next April for the rocking horse trained by Baker Forsman.
No.
Other dangers? I mean, it's a good... outside of those 3, they dominate the market.
Yeah.
But then, the 4th favourite's $13, Galaxy Miss and Power Hater.
Yeah.
But nothing... With the set weights, you definitely want the proven horses, don't you?
I was impressed with Reyes last start. He beat Sweepstake convincingly. The trainer thought he would improve. She would improve, obviously, with that run. So she has to be hard to beat.
2 starts on the heavy for 2 wins.
Yeah,
So.
and a good strong man, I think. She's
Dylan Turner, what did he ride? 3 yesterday at Woodville.
Yeah, he's riding well.
He's in form.
And Shane Brown, he's going well.
He is.
Hot jockey, hot trainer, hot horse, hopefully. Yeah, but it depends on how that track is playing. But I'd say that a really good chance of it favouring outside runners, getting to the outside by this time of day. But anything else on the day you like at all?
I think it's a tricky day's punting, to be fair, with the weather.
Yep.
Maybe just sit back and watch you go ballistic in the quaddies in Australia.
Definitely, yeah. There's a good one there at I think Caulfield on Saturday, but probably have a go at that one. But or even maybe the Rotorua one, because the pool doesn't get only 35,000 last week, so compared to what, a couple of $1 million in Australia. But, just it's a wait and see jobs. I like to sort of see how the track's playing. I think you can't be bothered sometimes because it's just too tricky. Now you're going up, heading north shortly.
Jumping in the car, going up to Eden Park just for a little look at the Hurricanes.
Going to watch a 100k bet.
I'll be cheering on my 100. No, it's not my 100k bet, ladies and gentlemen. I just said to Neil earlier, I think it was $1.23 that punter took.
Yeah.
There'll be some time in the game where the Hurricanes are paying more than $1.23 in live betting. I think the Hurricanes will win, but I don't think I'd be taking $1.23 about them. With the Blues, got a confidence boosting win last week, a few key players back. Yeah, I think they'll scrape home.
Sonny Bill,
Kano, Tuipulotu, I think they're all playing. But it should be a good day out, and we'll be cheering on the Canes. And then on the way home, actually, we'll be listening to the radio if they do a commentary, which they probably won't. The Bulldogs are taking on the Eels in the NRL, kicking off at 10 o'clock tonight, and we like the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs, yeah. Why is that?
Well, they'll be absolutely filthy after their loss last week. That penalty that happened in the last minute, losing to the Broncos. Their coach has been fined $25,000 for the comments he made. So they'll be coming out all guns blazing. Yeah. Parramatta haven't really impressed me. They got a few late tries against Cronulla last week, and I don't think they're up to much. And I'm quite surprised. Bulldogs $1.95 outsiders, so just take the head-to-head.
Head-to-head, yeah.
Bulldogs $1.95, and we better multi it into your best sports bet of the weekend, which, let me guess,
has to be the Warriors. -2.5, home ground.
Your Warriors again.
Didn't they play well last week? Played really well last week. You had to be impressed after that Melbourne thrashing.
And the form's frank, the Tigers winning last night, so they put the Tigers away with ease, and they've come out and won. So, yeah.
How did they?
They beat the Cowboys last night.
Oh yeah.
Tigers beat the Cowboys.
Oh, that's good.
So what is it, -2.5?
Yeah, it'd be $1.87.
I thought it was $1.92 actually.
We'll take that. $1.92.
Yeah, multi those two. So it's Saturday 5 o'clock at Mount Smart.
And Leno's taking Johnson's place, which always seems to be a plus, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Strangely enough, but we'll take him on.
Fair enough.
Okay, and any brickbats or bow occasion to throw away today?
After my rant last week, I better have a give that a miss this week, or else we might start getting censored.
It'd censor us. Right?
Well, who knows? I guess it's free speech, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. Yeah. So we like and get fined what we like anyway. My little brickbat is track readings. It's come to the time of year, as we saw. We had Riccarton last Saturday. The shoot was definitely slower than the course proper. They give out an average reading of a slow 8. The course proper was definitely a dead 6, according to a well-known ex-jockey, and I agree with 100%. The times, just the way the track played too, indicated a dead 6. So punters looking at that slow 8 reading are thinking, oh, maybe heavy track form horses would be suited here. No way. Te Aomuri on Wednesday, definitely seemed to be an inside bias there for various reasons. If we had the penetrometer readings or a track manager telling us his opinion, and maybe a senior rider walking the track and telling us his opinion as well. Just information punters would like to have.
I think you've hit the nail on the head. Penetrometer readings, they take them at 1.5, 3 metres and 4.5 metres out from the rail.
Exactly.
But I don't think it's the most accurate measure, and the numbers don't always collate with, say, the actual reading. But I think the person that knows that track better than anyone is the track manager.
Yeah.
So, track managers, you've got your conference at Dunedin this week.
That's right.
This weekend. hone up on your TV skills, because trackside should be interviewing you before the first race for every meeting and getting their opinion on how they think the track will play, given that they basically live and breathe on that track
Exactly.
24/7. So there you go, trackside. I know you listen to our podcast. Why don't you get track managers on? And track managers, you just give your opinion. I think it's better than anyone else's opinion. They're the experts, so I think that probably has more credence than, say, a number, whether it's a slow 8, dead 6,
definitely.
slow 7.
Yeah. No, I think like at Tauranga, Craig is a terrific track manager there. Every time I've walked the track, we will nearly always agree, and he'll add on something else, and I think, okay, I'll go back and check that, and he's normally pretty well right. So, as you say, they eat and breathe on the track, so it costs nothing.
And
it costs nothing.
You know,
why not do it?
Exactly. Like
at a time.
I can't remember, but if the first race was a 14 or 1600 metre race.
Yeah.
So they interview the jockey after the first. Well, they haven't even ridden up the chute.
That's right.
So whereas a track manager, he's been around all parts of the course. So get them on before the first. They might say exactly, hey, the chute's probably a better rated. It's much drier than the actual course proper, or vice versa, whatever it be.
It's information.
Yeah. Whereas jockeys only, they only interview the winning jockey.
Yeah.
They're probably always going to say good things.
Yeah. What I'll do then on the June 23rd meeting, I'll interview, it can't be done, I'll interview Craig.
Yeah.
And put it up on the website.
I'll tell him to make sure he has a haircut before.
Yeah, he needs one too, doesn't he? Crikey. And a tie.
No, you'd never get him in a tie, mate. There'd be more chance of you tipping the card in one than getting him in a tie.
Is that right?
I reckon.
I'll try hard tomorrow then.
Go on then.
Okay. Right, and now last week's question.
I think, it was Miss Wilson was the horse we were after, the Group 1 winner who ran in the Travis Stakes last week. We've got a few names to draw out to win the
we've got
free subscription, month subscription.
We've got 6 numbers here.
You must be making too much money if you're giving all these prizes away.
Oh, got to look after the subscribers.
The loyal subscribers. Right.
Okay.
How many we got? 6.
Got 6. Give me a number between 1 and 6.
Oh, I'm going to be controversial and say 1.
1. Colin V.
Colin V.
I think he won it last time. He's got 2 months in a row now.
Well, there you go.
Well done,
you didn't exclude people. So should we make this week's one for people who haven't won?
Yeah, I think we better.
We better. What do we got this week's question? Yes,
oh, yeah,
I remember. This is a good question.
This will test your memory.
The Rotorua Stakes, the fillies and mares, Group 3 weight for age. We don't need to know the name of a horse. We just need a number. The lowest weight carried by a winner of this race in its history. Now, you don't need to go too far back to find the correct answer, but you will probably be surprised with the answer. So the lowest winning weight a horse is carried to win this Rotorua Stakes race.
Yeah, and if you guess his weight and halve it, you'd be about right, I reckon. Maybe? No.
Probably not even that. Probably yours.
I'm on the downhill, hopefully. Had a haircut last week.
Yeah,
a couple
I
of
noticed
kilos
that.
there.
Yeah, well done.
You were there too, weren't you? When
I was there that day.
Horse won? No,
Yeah,
that's not what it was.
yeah, so that shows it was in my lifetime at least.
That's right, yeah. Well, there you go. Last 70 years. Yeah.
All answers, get them either texted or emailed to Neil by when we close off by the end of the weekend.
I'll make it Monday night, eh?
Monday night.
night, so people watch it Monday sometime.
Okay.
So 027 352 6402 or Form Pro at Form Pro by midnight Monday night, and going for a month's free sub. And I might do a month's free sub to the Form Pro rating site this time.
Okay.
Because their ratings have been really well. And Gallops and
Dogs.
amazing roughies last week came up in the Form Pro ratings. Dogs and Gallops.
Okay.
So the Form Pro ratings, 1 month sub this time. Okay.
And you can't have won one recently, so Colin V, you're out this week.
I'm pretty sure you won it. Oh, yeah, I've got it here from
Doesn't matter, he's won this week, so he's out. Anyone who's won.
Yep, anyone who's won before.
Yep.
Now, only for first-time winners. Rightio, and the Form Pro ratings are doing really well, especially with these wet tracks. The filter, I use it all the time in the winter. You just plug in plus or minus 200 metres or 400 metres on a slow and a heavy track, maybe just on the current track, like a Rotorua, unique track. Some horses go well there. Like Gentle Tonton, he's got the best rating on a heavy track. in the last year.
Ooh, that
this track.
chocolate fisher, I can see you
late.
salivating over it already.
You can't wriggle out now. But it's really good for heavy tracks and the speed maps as well. So I'm sure the person who wins that is going to enjoy using it. And so, oh well, good luck this afternoon, tonight with the Hurricanes game.
Yeah, we'll enjoy that. And good luck with your Warriors and your quaddie syndicates and the like, and good luck with Gentle Tom Tom.
Yeah. Be the first time I think someone's got a hat trick.
Yeah, you probably will be actually.
Yeah.
And next week we'll be back. What do we got? Tirapa and
Big races
Awapuni,
there.
I think.
Yeah.
You've got the big jumps races at Tirapa.
Yeah,
So.
I'm looking forward to those. There's some good races there recently, so yeah. Okay, so good punting in the weekend, make plenty of money, and hopefully we can get a few grand from the big quaddies in Australia especially.
Good luck, Neil.
Get the whole pool maybe, eh? Thanks mate, have a good weekend.